Yeah, everyone is there now. I am audible.
Yes, sir. So welcome
Okay.
to the class. Welcome back to the class. Now we are going to start the next session for today's syllabus. Sir, yes, sir. Please continue.
Okay. So in the next topic, it is again we are discussing about the macroeconomics, economics, right? Investment. Okay. So generally we know the word of the investment. In economic language, investment, matlab, uh, which are the produce for the capital goods. Okay, consumer goods, those are which are the satisfy the wants directly. So normally investment called expenditure on produce goods known as the investment or capital formations. So those capital are employed for the further productions of goods and services is called the investment. Okay, just like we have example, you make the FD of 10 lakh rupees in a bank account. So then this bank account, your FD is not called investment in a economic language. Okay, yeah, it is your saving, and saving may convert in an investment if you employ this money of the any goods and services. So investment has a dual aspect. First, it implies for the production of the new capitals and change in the investment or stock in a capital between the two periods, two financial period, maybe it is a month to month or quarter to quarter, year to years. Why anyone is required the investment? So first, simply to replace the existing capital. Now, for the production, capital means of whatever employed. It may be a land, building, plant, and machine, anything. So, if your machine or building get out of dated and you want to replace that, then you require the investment. Second, investment required to expand the capacities. If you want to enlarge your product portfolio or enlarge the capacity of the same product, you require the investment. Same third thing, increase the efficiencies. If you are looking more productivity from the existing capitals, you want to increase the efficiencies, then to increase the efficiencies, you require the investment. So three purpose why you are required the investment. First, to replace the asset. Second, to expand the capacity. Third, to increase the efficiencies. Same, there are the certain type of investment. Same while we are discussing different type of capital. Same type here, different type of investment. So mainly there are the two type of investment. One is the autonomous investment, and second is the induced investment. Now, autonomous investment. Investment which do not change with change in the income level. वो सारे इन्वेस्टमेंट जिनसे इनकम में कुछ चेंज नहीं आता, इट्स कॉल्ड द autonomous investment. In capital, in a capital, we know that social capital. So government, when you are making the investment in any social capital, there is a no change in the income. तो गवर्नमेंट ने रोड बना दिया, रेलवे स्टेशन बना दिए या पब्लिक पार्क बना दिया, विच विल नॉट प्रोड्यूस द इनकम. So this all are called the autonomous investment. Induced investment means of those investment change in the income level. वो सारे इन्वेस्टमेंट जहां से इनकम लेवल चेंज होगा, मे बी ए पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव, इट्स कॉल्ड द induced investment. In another way, we can say the financial investment. So your share, your bond, your security, your FD, all are the financial investment. Real investment, if you employed anything in the real estate or real things, is called the real investment. Just you purchase a new plant and machinery, you build a school, road, railway, factory building, all are called the real investment. Same plan investment, unplanned investment. Planned investment means you are making investment with several sector of the economy for the specific objective. If I am doing the investment in this segment, so I will get this rate of returns. Unplanned means you are not doing any planning. Gross investment, net investment. Gross investment means total amount of money spent for the creation of new capital, just like a plant and machinery, factory building. This is a gross investment. Net investment means after the consumption. Consumption means in form of the depreciation. So over a period, your asset will get the depreciated. And when you're deducting this depreciation from your gross investment, you will get the net investment. Okay. So majorly exam point of view, autonomous investment and induced investment. Other classification also may available, but standard, there are the two type of investment. Autonomous, which do not change the income level. Induced investment, which change the income level. Planned, unplanned. Real investment, financial investment. Real investment, there is a physical thing. In financial investment, there is no any physical thing. Your share, bond, security, there is no physical thing. Gross investment, net investment. Now, saving, we have discussed saving, interest rate, and investment. If interest rate is lower, then saving will be converted into the investment. If interest rate will be higher, saving will remain as a saving. Public investment made for the welfare of people. Private investment made with the aim of the individual profit. Okay. Same, we have discussed about the saving, APS and MPS, average prosperity to save, marginal prosperity to save. Same here in investment also, marginal efficiency of capital and rate of interest. So what is the marginal capacity efficiency of capital? So whatever the yield from the capital asset and the supply price of the asset. So आपने जो भी पैसा कमाया है, yield मतलब income, पैसा जो कमाया है from the investment, it is the price, उसका ratio is called the marginal efficiency of capital. 100 रुपये लगा के आपने 10 रुपये कमाए, 10 divided by 100 equal to 10% is the marginal efficiency of capitals. In symbol, Q is a Q divided by P. Q is a prospective yield from the capital asset and P is a supply of this asset. Okay. APS, S divided by Y, saving divided by income. Here, marginal efficiency is a yield divided by price of the asset. Again, we are not going for the any calculations or normally till date I have not looking any sums or case studies based on the economics. Always case study based on the income approach, cost approach, or market approach only. So do not worry about this much, but you have to remember this all the terminology and its meaning. So we have already discussed level of investment is negative function of investment rate. Higher rate of investment, saving. Lower rate of investment, lower rate of interest, it will be a lead toward to the higher investment. Reverse proportionate between the reverse relationship between the rate of interest and investment. same thing that we are not discussing again. Factor affecting the investment. So technology enhancement. Why you looking the investment to replace? If your any asset is outdated, to replace you looking the investment. Discovery of natural resources. To find the natural resources, you require the investment. Government policies for the expenses. Foreign trades, you require the investment. Political environment and expectations. This will be lead. If it is a healthy political environment, then investment will lead. Okay, currently we are finding that a lot of foreign direct investment comes into the India. So they are feeling that a little bit comparative to other countries, India is a more safer or more there is a political stability, more government policies towards the foreign investment and more safety compared to the another countries. So these are the all of politics and government stability also induce, also affect the factor of the investment. If government policy does not support, then even domestic investor also will keep wait and watch for the proper policies. Today, let's take example of the renewable energy resources. As per the current government policy, government policy give you a lot of benefits for the investor. So investors are looking at more opportunity in renewable sources energies compared to the conventional sources. Instead of making investment in the thermal power station, they are making in the solar plant or wind power plant or other renewable sources energy. So policy also make the difference or trend of investment in India or any countries. Okay? So we have to also study the government policies to identify the scope of work value or where we can get the job or allotment of the assignments. Rate of population growth rate, again, terrestrial expansions, price level, market structure, availability of the finance, condition of the labor market, and aggregate demand. So supply and demand, inflation or say price lesser, market structure, pricing, equilibrium, whatever we have studied in the macroeconomy, that all the factor will affect. Rather than this, political and government factor will also affect the investment into the specific geographic region of the any country. So this is about the investment. Next topic, very easy. It is a theory. Nothing to understand. Sector of the Indian economy. There are the three sectors in an Indian economy. First sector is the primary sector. What primary sector do? Primary sector is relating to the use of the any natural resources, just like agriculture, fishing, mining, forestry, all come under the primary sectors, which use the natural resources. It is a primary sectors. Okay, agriculture, dairy, fishing, forestry, all are the primary sectors. Secondary sectors. Secondary sectors are those which convert these natural resources in a finished good. The mining of steel is a primary factor. Production of steel is a secondary factor. So natural product are changed into other form or finished good by the manufacturing. So all the manufacturing units comes under the secondary sectors. Secondary sectors, we can classify, it may be a light industry or heavy industry. Normally, we are defining this like a micro scale, small scale, medium scale, large scale industries based on the how much capital investment they have made, or based on how much turnover they are making. Okay, so in a light industry, just like manufacturing of the clothes, shoe, furniture, and heavy industry, just like a heavy machinery, chemical plant, production of the heavy equipment, crane, etc. Okay. So secondary sector can be classified light industry and heavy industry. Third, that is a territory sector. Territorial sectors which do not manufacture anything or do not produce output anything, but it make supporting facilities to primary sector and secondary sectors. Okay, they do not produce any goods, but they are add or support for the production process. Just like a bank systems, transportation systems, communication, insurance, trade, hospitality, tourism, entertainment, management consultancy. These all are examples of the territorial sectors. These are third sectors of the Indian economy. Okay, so primary sector which use the natural resources, secondary sector which convert the primary resources into the finished good, and parallel sector which support the primary sectors and secondary sectors which provide facility, may provide finance facility, may provide insurance facility, or else. Yeah. So these are the three sectors that is belongs to Indian economies. Okay. So any questions related to the investment and in sectors of the Indian economy? I think so. It is too easy. Indian sectors. Before starting a parallel economy, last topic of this, GDP, GNP, and NP. What is a GDP now? Okay, that is a gross domestic product. What do you mean by the gross domestic product? So the sum of total value of goods and services produced within a geographical boundary of the country. तो किसी भी कंट्री के जियोग्राफिकल रीजन में जो भी गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज प्रोड्यूस होती है उसकी वैल्यू का सम, इट इज जीडीपी. अब व्हाट इज द जेएनपी? ग्रॉस नेशनल प्रोडक्ट. फर्स्ट वो पैसा जो हमने हमारे देश के जियोग्राफिकल रीजन में से कमाया हमारे रिसोर्सेस यूज करके. नाउ ग्रॉस नेशनल प्रोडक्ट, GNP, it is the market value of all final goods and services produced within a country or outside of country. So JNP equal to GDP plus net factor income from abroad. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? तो जीडीपी एक तो है ही है जो हमारे लोकल रीजन में से हमने कन्वर्ट किया, पैसा कमाया. अब किसी फॉरेन कंपनी ने भी हमारे देश में इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है या हमारे कंट्री ने किसी फॉरेन कंट्री में इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है, तो वहां दोनों में से हम पैसा कमा रहे हैं. So if you add this in the GDP, then you will get the GNP. Okay. So here net factor abroad equal to factor income earned by the domestic production employed in the rest of world. हमने पूरी दुनिया में, इंडिया ने पूरी दुनिया में जहां जहां इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है वहां से जो भी इनकम आई है वो माइनस factor income earned by the production of the rest of world employed in the domestic economy. हमारे कंट्री में जो फॉरेन प्लेयर्स है उन्होंने जो पैसा कमाया है वो डिडक्ट कर दीजिए, तो आपको मिलेगा नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड, वो जोड़ दीजिए जीडीपी में, तो आपको मिल जाएगा जेएनपी में, जेएनपी ग्रॉस नेशनल प्रोडक्ट. तो फर्स्ट यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट द जीडीपी, add net factor income from the abroad, you will get the JNP. दूसरी तरह से भी हम बोल सकते हैं, what you mean by the JNP? JNP को हम बोल सकते हैं कि नेट नेशनल प्रोडक्ट प्लस डेप्रिसिएशन. ओके, so net national product NNP at market price equal to GNP minus depreciation of capital stock. Now what is the depreciation of capital stock? So during the year whatever stock that we have consumed for the production, जैसे बिजली बनाने के लिए हमने 5 टन कोल कंज्यूम किया, हमने 100 बैरल ऑयल, क्रूड ऑयल निकाला जमीन से. So whatever the depreciation of the capital stock, it's called the NNP.
फ्रेंड्स बहुत ख्याल से इसको सुनिए, इसके ऊपर सीधा सीधा 1 या 2 क्वेश्चन पक्के आते हैं. ये जो आपको फॉर्मूला सर ने बताया है, व्हाट इज जीडीपी, व्हाट इज जीएनपी, इतना प्लस इतना इज इक्वल टू इतना, इसमें उल्टा पुल्टा करके वो हर बार पूछता है. जैसे सर ने बताया जीएनपी इज इक्वल टू जीडीपी प्लस नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड, इसमें नेट फैक्टर फ्रॉम इनकम अब्रॉड पूछ सकता है इज इक्वल टू जीडीपी माइनस जीएनपी. इसको उल्टा पुल्टा करके पूछता है और हर बार परफेक्ट क्वेश्चन आता है, इसमें से कंपल्सरी आता है. तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बहुत जरूरी है, बहुत समझना आपके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. यस सर, यस प्लीज कंटिन्यू.
सो अगर आपको इतना याद आ गया, मतलब इसमें कुछ ऐसे गड़बड़ वाली चीज नहीं है, सिंपल जेएनपी इक्वल टू जीडीपी प्लस नेट फैक्टर इन इनकम. अब मैं आपको इतना बताऊं कि व्हाट इज द इक्वेशन ऑफ नेट फैक्टर ऑफ इनकम. तो इट इज अ, या दूसरा क्या बोल सकते हैं आप, नेट फैक्टर ऑफ इनकम बेस्ड ऑन दिस इक्वेशन, जीएनपी माइनस जीडीपी बोल सकते हो. सिर्फ आप जीडीपी को राइट साइड से लेफ्ट साइड ले जाइए तो क्या होगा, जीएनपी माइनस जीडीपी इज इक्वल टू नेट फैक्टर ऑफ इनकम. सिंपल मैथमेटिक फॉर्मूला से. या आपको नेट फैक्टर ऑफ इनकम ये भी पूछ सकता है कि इनकम फ्रॉम द अब्रॉड, रेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ वर्ल्ड, माइनस इनकम फ्रॉम द डोमेस्टिक इकोनॉमी, तो अभी आपको नेट फैक्टर इनकम मिल सकता है. So it is nothing but वो थोड़ा steps up and down कर सकते हैं, but if you have clear idea कि JNP equal to GD plus net factor of India, okay, तो आपका कोई इश्यूज नहीं है. इक्वल टू GNP को हम दूसरी तरह से भी बोल सकते हैं, NNP at market price माइनस डेप्रिसिएशन, या इसके अलावा ये भी बोल सकते हैं कि NNP इक्वल टू GNP प्लस डेप्रिसिएशन. सो दिस इज अ टेबल. इसमें से कुछ भी आपको लेफ्ट एंड राइट घुमा के पूछे देन ऑल्सो कोई दिक्कत होने वाली नहीं है. Okay, let's simple go on the Excel. Okay, नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड, इसका क्या इक्वेशन होगा? इनकम अर्न फ्रॉम अब्रॉड. ओके, इंडिया ने अब्रॉड में इन्वेस्टमेंट करके जो भी इनकम कमाई है माइनस क्या होगा? अब्रॉड अर्न, अब्रॉड कंपनी अर्न फ्रॉम इंडिया. किसी अब्रॉड की कंपनी ने इंडिया में से अर्न करके जो भी कमाया है. अब जेएनपी इक्वल टू क्या है? जेएनपी इक्वल टू जीडीपी प्लस फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड. मैं इसे ऐसा भी लिख सकता हूं कि नेट फैक्टर इज इक्वल टू क्या होगा? जीएनपी माइनस जीडीपी. राइट? अब मैं जेएनपी को ऐसे भी जेएनपी इज इक्वल टू क्या है? जीडीपी एनएनपी एट मार्केट प्लस डेप्रिसिएशन. ये भी है. अब जेएनपी वाला इक्वेशन ये भी है हमारे पास, तो ये भी दोनों इक्वल हुए. तो ये इक्वेशन भी सही है. जीएनपी इक्वल टू जीडीपी प्लस एनएफपी प्लस जीएनपी इक्वल टू एनएनपी प्लस डेप्रिसिएशन. तो वी कैन से जीडीपी इक्वल टू नेट फैक्टर माइनस दिस. तो इस इक्वेशन पे बेस पे हम ऐसा भी बोल सकते हैं कि जीडीपी इज इक्वल टू क्या बोलेंगे? दिस माइनस नेट फैक्टर फ्रॉम अदर इनकम. यह भी हो जाएगा या कुछ भी पूछ ले आपको. ठीक है, बट आपके ये 3 इक्वेशन क्लियर है. वो 3 इक्वेशन में कुछ भी पैरामीटर्स लेफ्ट टू राइट और राइट टू लेफ्ट करके पूछ ले तो दैट इज नो इश्यूज. So this is a last point of this macroeconomics. Last again related to the parallel economy.